Hello everyone! Do you love Project Zomboid but find the early game a bit too sedate? Quietly looting your starting house and running from the occasional zombie as you attempt to find a nice place to bed down for the day? Would you rather an early game that involved people running in terror, roving bands of soldiers, and occasionally something exploding? Well, have I got the mod for you. Today we're playing with the Day 1 mod. And because being shot by bystanders or exploded isn't hard enough for me, I'm also using the More Traits mod to give myself the Deprived trait, which causes the character to start in nothing but his undies. We're also starting in Louisville with the aim to escape during the 24-hour run. First up, Erik Felix, a man with two first names. Good luck, Erik. This is my first time playing, and the number of NPCs spawning in the house was a bit of a surprise. Yeah.
Over there.
The building's empty.
Why are there so many people in my room? Not sure why they all get to be clothed while Erik is in his undies, but first task was finding clothes. A zombie found us once I went back down the stairs. Is gonna help or no? There you go. Too focused on the wrong things there. Sorry, Erik. Enjoy being undead. Next up, Floyd McNutt. And we spawn in a restaurant kitchen. Commercial building makes the clothes a bit harder to find. Outside the starting restaurant, the zombies started to show up, but a couple of guys with banjos came to my rescue. The banjo gang's on it. Get them, guys. Get that bag. I shifted over to check out a car and got to see two police officers doing a fun little dance together. From there, I continued to head south, hopefully with my banjo boys in tow. The chaos just kept increasing as I headed south. House alarms and sirens blared, the sounds of loud announcements and helicopters rang out, and panicked survivors ran all over the place. I made a quick stop at a supermarket, but a group of zombies quickly found me. The way out was a bit tight, but I made it without incident. Once clear of the supermarket, I headed into an area filled with townhomes. As I was attempting to steal a backpack from a zombie, a group of SWAT police arrived from between the houses. I decided to hang with them for a bit while they picked off zombies. Get them, SWAT guys. Once a couple of them had been killed, I raided their corpses for more protective clothing options. I stayed close to them for a few moments longer. I really wanted to find a car, so I left them behind and continued south, jumping fences and passing through homes. It was here that a new wrinkle arrived. Gas bombs started going off. I assumed dropped by helicopters. Green clouds started to appear along my path. I did my best to avoid them and was surprised that the gas actually seemed to kill the zombies. It's a Guitar Hero. Get him, Guitar Hero. Then, as if the gas wasn't enough, actual bombs started falling. I would guess they're coded to fall not directly on the player, but they definitely scared the crap out of me when they first started. After dodging bombs for a few blocks, I came across a group of army men just hanging out yelling at each other. You may have noticed the error counter in the right-hand corner of the screen just going nuts. Clearly, something here was causing a lot of errors. While I was trying to lead the zombies into the army men, hoping it would shake them out of their stupor, things really went off the rails. My character disappeared, then an invisible zombie approached, then, well, my wife happened to wander into the room when this happened. I think I may have. I think I may have broken something.
It would appear that way.
Also, the error counter here is counting up at a prodigious rate. So goodbye, Floyd. Enjoy the void. To hopefully head off losing another guy to errors, I turned off all the other mods I was running besides the Day 1 and More Traits mod. Third time's the charm. Bradley McAdams, I choose you. I get lucky on this spawn. It's in the storage units adjacent to the large military surplus store here in Louisville. Once all my allies get done causing a ruckus, I sneak into the back of the store. A lot of military gear on offer, I have a lot of guns to choose from, but I focus on getting a shotgun and some ammo. In my hunt for clothes, I wander into the main floor space and notice a huge group of zombies just outside. Oh god. I want some pants, but I don't think I want pants that bad. Alright, don't mind me, I'm just leaving. Making my escape to the west, I come across a group of police. I don't think that's how I, oh, there you go. So I don't think you were using that nightstick correctly. I hang out with them for a bit until they start to get overwhelmed by all the zombies, and so instead I head south. I make it to the large warehouse as the green gas starts to fall in the area. I thought maybe the building would protect me, but it seems like it still shows up inside. I try to do a bit of looting, but there are more zombies in here than I expected. When it gets to be too much, I leave the warehouse and continue heading south towards the Riverside Mansions. I have to start dodging bombs as well as zombies as I head toward the mansions. Finally, in one of the mansion driveways, I find a car with both a key and a little bit of gas. The amount of gas is low enough it probably won't get me far, but every little bit helps. I hop in and take off south towards the military checkpoint at the entrance to Louisville. I have to abandon the car when I reach the checkpoint as there are barriers in my way. I considered making a stand here and trying to find safety, but the bombs were still falling, and the places to hide were rapidly disappearing. I did break out the shotgun and get to blasting for a bit, but there were always more zombies to deal with. By this point, the sun was starting to set, and I needed to find a place to wait out the night. I decided to make for the gap between the two fences that make up the edge of the exclusion zone. I figured that as long as the bombs don't destroy the fence, and I don't think they can, it will at least reduce the possible directions zombies can come at me from. Night really begins to set in as I walk along the path. I almost get bombed, but manage to avoid it. It also seems to confirm to me that the bombs won't destroy the fences. I make it to the first set of guard houses. My shotgun makes fairly quick work of the zombies lurking here. I want to use the houses to hide until morning, but a more concerted bombing campaign seems to set in late in the evening, causing the houses to become rubble. When it seems like the bombing is mostly done, I push further down the line, hoping to find safety at the next guard station. It begins to rain, making things even worse. As I'm rounding a bend in the fence, I stumble onto a big group of zombies and survivors fighting. Because of the tight quarters, I don't think I can get around it, so I start shooting to clear the zombies. This turns out to be a mistake. Because in the darkness I accidentally hit a survivor. They quickly return fire and now I have 3 gunshot wounds to deal with. Since I don't want to die, I quickly finish off the survivor, then bandage my gunshot wounds. I don't have the tweezers I need to remove the bullets, but at least I won't bleed to death now. I continue to push forward and make it to a group of army tents. I don't sleep, but I do hunker down in them until it finally starts to get light outside. So I'm severely injured, but still alive so far, so I keep pushing forward hoping to find something to help. I come across a guard tower and slowly make it to the top. Using up some of my precious strength, I break down the door, but I don't find anything helpful there. I'm continuing to slowly limp forward when 9 a.m. finally rolls around, and I'm greeted with a huge explosion. Did I just get nuked? What just happened? I think I just got nuked. I'm left with a lot of burns that need bandaging up. I've now survived the challenge by making it through the 24 hours, but I want to try and get something resembling safety before I quit. I keep pushing forward and new zombies start appearing. At this point I'm so tired and hurt that even the shotgun takes multiple shells to kill a single zombie. So before getting overwhelmed, I turned back and returned to the army tents. I let the poor guy sleep, and he wakes up at the beginning of the next day. So I guess I technically have made it 48 hours instead of 24? I'm so injured that a stiff breeze would probably kill this guy. But he's not dead, and that's something. Well, I wouldn't call it a clean win, but it's basically 2 days of surviving.